Another one who for some reason, just flew out of my brain. But it's fine. And I mentioned, though, Robert Lewandowski, though, because apparently, according to Marco Ruiz of Spanish newspaper AS, part of Ancelotti's deal to come to Munich was that Bayern must hold on to Robert Lewandowski for at least the next 3 years, which is the length of Ancelotti's contract. Lewandowski, of course, has been rumored to be going to a lot of clubs. But Wes, this is somewhere where a great coach is using his clout to make sure one of his star players, one of his young stars at just 27 years old, stays with him through the prime of his career.
Well, absolutely. Ancelotti doesn't want to walk into a situation where A, his expectations are out the roof, which they'll be anyway at Munich, and B, he loses the best player in his squad.
Right.
It's almost kind of like, hey, I'll come, but I'm not signing up for that. So it's a smart move by him. That said, I really think you have to always take any Lewandowski heading anywhere rumor with kind of a grain of salt. Lewandowski has carved out a fantastic career in La Liga. And here's the deal. In La Liga, you don't leave Bayern Munich to go anywhere unless Bayern Munich's like, okay, we're going to sell you now.
You mean the Bundesliga, right?
Of course. What did I say? La Liga?
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I meant the Bundesliga.
No problem.
You don't leave Bayern when Bayern wants to keep you.
Right, yeah.
It's incredibly difficult to leave from there when you're a top guy because they're so good. It's such a fantastic organization. So unless Lewandowski had just a complete fallout with a manager, I don't see him going anywhere anyway. But smart by Ancelotti. And, I mean, you know what? This is pretty much the only big league Ancelotti has not coached in. Obviously won Champions Leagues at Madrid and also at AC Milan. Did a really good job at PSG. Was it Chelsea back in the day where he did a right decent job? The one thing that's always kind of followed Ancelotti is, well, he's not good at winning the league title. Well, if you can't do that at Munich, you can't do that anywhere.
Yeah.
So,
poor guy, he just wins Champions Leagues.
Yeah, that's it. All he does is win Champions League. But somewhere somebody gets tired of that. So, but I mean, it is a very good hire for them. And also another thing is, if Munich is maybe looking to groom a younger guy to be their next head coach or manager, maybe after Ancelotti, that will give them a good solid 3 to 4 years.
Absolutely. I think this is a great fit for them and a good, as usual, you would really say, smart piece of business by Bayern Munich. Speaking of Spain, and a happy trails to one of the great managers out there in the World Game, Vicente Del Bosque will be retiring after Euro 2016 as the head coach of the Spanish national team. Of course, Del Bosque came in after the 2008 season when they won their European title. He then guided them to the 2010 World Cup victory, as well as the 2012 repeat at Euros. Obviously, this last World Cup didn't go quite according to plan for the Spanish, but they look to have another strong showing this Euro 2016 coming up here, Wes. So one of the great world's coaches at 64 looks like he's going to take his leave of the club or the team, I guess.
Yay!
Yeah, that's all. We'll miss you, Del Bosque. Yeah. What do you give Spain's chances in Euro 2016? Good, not great.
It's team in transition.
Yeah.
Still got a lot of talent though. I think if they can solidify their back, I think they could be a contender to win it.
Well, some people that need to solidify their backs, and by their backs I mean if they're going to jail, That would be Sepp Blatter and Michel Platini. I just hit you there, didn't it? They're not going to jail yet. Hopefully one day that's still to come. But they have been banned for 8 years by the FIFA Ethics Committee. They have been banned from all football-related activities after they were found guilty of ethics code breaches this Monday. So as the embattled, hopefully very soon former president of FIFA and one of his top other men, looks like it's coming to a close here. And of course, Blatter, in the most Blatter of ways, comes out basically saying, "I'm sorry you all hate me so much. I'm sorry that I've done nothing wrong and I'm still getting persecuted. I'm so sorry." Well, cry me a river, bitch. Harris also confirmed, Rob Harris of the Associated Press confirmed Platini has been also fined 80,000 Swiss francs, which is like, I don't know, let's say $3 million. Who knows? We don't fact check here.
No, never have, never will.
Wes, is this effectively the end of Blatter, despite the fact that he's going to keep fighting this for reasons?
You would hope so.
I hope so.
But unfortunately, Sepp Blatter is the ultimate la cucaracha. Here's a guy who could easily survive a nuclear blast at any time.
Oh, God, he's like a Twinkie that way.
Yeah, I mean, well, you just took it somewhere different, didn't you, mister? Whoopsh. But, that's the thing with him. Every time we think we've got him put away, he just comes back for more of it. I'm hoping this is it. I've got a feeling this could be it, but much like Leicester winning this title, I'm just not ready to guarantee it until I see it happen.
There you go. Some troubling news came out of after the FIFA Club World Cup, which ended this past weekend with Barcelona winning the title 3-0 over Argentinian side River Plate. Of course, Lionel Messi is from Argentina, plays for their national team, and was apparently spat on by River Plate fans ahead of Barcelona's flight back to Spain. There's been a lot of talk in the press. We covered it, Wes, when we talked about the World Cup back in 2014, about how people, in Argentina just don't have the same kind of love for Lionel Messi as they do for someone like Diego Maradona. And despite the fact that Lionel Messi is probably, at this point, one of the 3 greatest soccer players ever in the history of the world. They're annoyed that he doesn't sing the anthem. They're annoyed at this. They're annoyed at that. But just all in all, truly, if this is true, which it does look like it is, truly appalling behavior from River Plate fans to do this to really one of your own.
It is. Couple things. River Plate, however you want to say it. Their great rival in Argentina is Newell's Old Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who Messi was a supporter of?
You gonna say Newell's Old Boys?
Yeah, he's an Old Boys supporter, lifelong supporter. And then also, one problem that Messi runs into is Messi left Argentina early.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he was 14 when he moved to Barcelona. So he's not one of those guys who grew up as a national hero and then went to Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Messi was an Argentinian who blossomed and became what he was in Spain. So they hold that against him at times. That's one of the reasons, he's not Maradona. Maradona came right through the Argentine system before ending up at Lazio. There is some venom, some vitriol, as we like to say.
Mm-hmm.
There is some of it toward Messi just from them. But, I mean, another thing, this is kind of like it's kind of, let's just say he grew up an Alabama fan, ended up going to Southern California, and then they beat Auburn for the national title. Well, the Auburn fans, A, they hate you because you beat them for a national title, and B, they know you're an Alabama fan, so they hate you even more. So, yeah, that's about as good as an analogy as I can come up with. But Argentinian football fans are known worldwide for their somewhat lack of couth.
Yeah, we talked about it. There was a team that got I think it was actually River Plate that got like knocked out of the CONMEBOL Champions League, whatever that they call that. I think it's the Copa Libertadores, maybe. For stuff like this.
Yeah. I mean, you've heard stories. I mean, Argentina, they can get really rough down there, and so this isn't. I would almost venture to say for Messi, this wasn't a huge shock that it happened. Obviously, you're not thinking, well, today's the day I'm going to get spit on. But yeah, I'm sure he was somewhat expecting a lot of harassment from those fans.
Yeah, it's a shame to see one of the world's great treated by his own country like that. It's very disheartening. Also disheartening, Clinton Njai looks like he's going to be done for a while for Tottenham, having MCL surgery. Hopefully, we talk about that squad rotation. Hopefully he can come back soon before the end of the season. And lastly, to end our news and notes on a good note, Wes, Zlatan to Miami. Let's make this happen. How much money do we have to pump into this?
It may take the entire budget for our biopic of the 2015 state champions.
Oh, which we're saving a lot of money on by just casting the players themselves.
That's a good point. Other than paying Brad Pitt to play me.
Yeah.
And Brad Pitt to play me, and I lost his name to play you.
This would have been such a good joke if you had remembered the name.
Oh God, I can see him. He was in Remember the Titans. He was in The Notebook. Not everybody likes
Bradley Cooper. No, not Bradley Cooper. Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
I will take Ryan Gosling. Sure.
You get Gosling, I take Pitt.
I'm fair with that. That's
and
fine.
We're having a great movie revolving around us.
Yeah. Who cares?
And the 2015 state title.
It's all about us here.
But yeah, we can save Ryan Gosling, so you're going to have to play yourself. We can save Ryan Gosling's money and bring Zlatan to Miami. We'll help out that poor, destitute David Beckham character.
Yeah. Do it, Bex. Do it. I've never pulled for you in anything harder than I'm pulling for you right now. Make this happen.
Serious? I always pull for Bex in his Dolce & Gabbana bathing suit ads.
We know you love men.
Gorgeous man.
All right, that's going to do it for our soccer talk. Kind of. Usually, when we head to the other big story of the week, we're talking about it in a different sport or a different non-sport. But Wes, as we hit the end of the year here, and I sip on my eggnog, I want to know from you, for our other big story of the week, what was your biggest soccer story of 2015?
On a personal level, definitely Jurgen Klopp coming to Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
But I think just on a major worldwide level, I mean, it's got to be the whole FIFA corruption case, the charges actually being brought against Sepp Blatter, just because it was basically years in the making. And it has the chance to completely change the face of the sport.
And that is very important, and it's going to be very exciting to see, what charges come out of this. I mean, we just talked about it a few minutes ago about the 8-year ban. That must mean that the U.S. and Switzerland really have something on him now to sort of indict him like this. And I think you're right. I think that is the biggest soccer story of the year. To not duplicate your answer, I will take a different approach. I actually think the biggest soccer story of the year is the Women's World Cup. The fact that it was once again ratings gold. The fact that America once again fell in love with their women's soccer team. I think one of the most important things to come out of it, though, was Fox, in their first attempt, put on a very competent Women's World Cup from a production standpoint.
We really were not confident that was going to happen.
No, we weren't. We really, really weren't.